A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Levi's Stadium tunnels, and the noise level in this place was deafening. They're set for football as the 49ers get ready to do battle with the Los Angeles Rams. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Here's the first carry of the game for Cam Akers. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. And, Charles, for this defense, they're a confident bunch. Some may say maybe too confident at times. How do you think that they approach a game like this when they're taking on a team that's lost 4 straight?
Well, if they're anything like their head coach, they're relying on that confidence. You and I both were sort of surprised at his weekly press conference when he was asked about this being a trap game. And he was almost boasting that he didn't see anything to worry about. That surprised both of us in a big way because we know that could be a dangerous tactic because I can guarantee you the guys on the other side, they heard that, and they're looking for anything to galvanize them.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4. Huntley to throw. And that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Now the first carry for Bryce Love. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means you're on.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Now after the sack, Lance and the Niners staring up here at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
This is brought in at the 21. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes? I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you. Here's Huntley. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. And this passing game, his whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Off-play action. Messina sliding out of the pocket. Going deep downfield for Ross. That went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they're going to have to give up the football again after this one.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They're guarding against the upset.
Well, this offense, Charles, we've talked about how well they played all season, sitting now at 13-0 with a finish line for a perfect regular season. That's in sight. Some in the media this week were pointing back to the 07 Patriots. Of course, remember, they finished the regular season unbeaten, but they were tested multiple times in that final month plus.
Yeah, with something like 4 of their last 6 wins were one-possession games, and they played like a team that was trying to protect something instead of chasing something. And that's what happens when you have an undefeated record. So it behooves you as a team, get a couple blowouts in there so you get a chance to relax and breathe. But that's much easier said than done.
A nice run back there off the good punt. It's a 16-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. This defense for the Niners, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
A good gain on first has them set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. A give, running right is Akers. Akers hit, he coughs it up. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, You go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out. Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Now Mostert. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Here's a toss play right to Mostert. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. It'll be Love to try and get the first. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15.
And they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Lance, a handoff here to Mostert. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Lance looking to throw it. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. That catch good for only a yard, and it will be 3rd down. Here's Lance. He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. Touchdown! Brandon Ayuk is 11th touchdown of the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Off the play fake. Messina. That'll be swung out wide here for Henderson. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. Off-play action. Messina. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he is going to have a Rams first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Akers. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better. Feeling the running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Henderson now on 1st and 10. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, remember, these two teams met earlier in the year in Santa Clara with the Niners coming out on top. So a win here in Santa Clara would give them the season series.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Off the play fake. Messina. He's going to air one out. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
They'll start on the ground with Mostert.
And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. The CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on.
On the handoff, this is Mostert.
4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Off of play action, here's Lance.
And able to haul it in is Kittle. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down.
To throw, it's Lance.
Flushed out right.
He'll get this into the hands of Van Jefferson.
Touchdown, 49ers!
Van Jefferson
with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the 49ers add on to their lead.
Slide for the PAT.
is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Hooked by Tarvarius Moore.
And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. That'll be caught by Ayuk. Touchdown, 49ers. Brandon Ayuk.
His second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season.
And the Niners are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Slay is up and good.
And that pushes the lead up to an even 20.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And last time, one-play interceptions, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Back to throw. Messina.
And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on 3rd down.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. On play action, Lance. Well, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. These two teams met up earlier in the year, back in Week 4, and it was the visiting Niners who won that ball game, so they'll look to make it a clean sweep here at home in Santa Clara.
And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. The Rams go nickel here defensively on third. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Play action, now it's Lance.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number one.
Second and 20.
Hurry! 95. Hey, check. 50. Come on. Light. Hey, Mike's 50.
A final shot before half for Lance.
Escaping the pressure right.
He'll fire this deep for Ayuk.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they do finally get him at the 12. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Up from the secondary to make the tackle, Jalen Ramsey. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Check. Lucky. Check. Hot. Check 31. Check.
Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29.
Now a play fake. Lance.
Taking a shot for Samuel. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. A big third down play there for the Niners. Defender was right there in his shorts. Is that one of those situations as a DB where you just tip your cap and say, nice catch?
Well, you're supposed to, but a true competitor, he's not tipping his cap at all. He's upset he still didn't make the play. If it's a 50-50 ball or a moment of truth, he's got to win more than his fair share of them as well.
Probably especially angry because if it was incomplete, would have been fourth down.
Exactly.
Second down, here's Mostert again.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. They'll hand it off. It's Love. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Bryce Love, his 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Niners take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
To throw, Huntley. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley.
And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second-half blowout material. Now a give to Mostert running right.
First down and a little extra for Mostert. And down to the 19-yard line.
73 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
This is Mostert. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
Ernest Jones there for the tackle.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
And Lance going to throw.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Come get some.
running the counter with Mostert. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice win for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And a short kick taken at about the 16. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point.
From the gun on 3rd down, Messina, and that is incomplete. Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Buying time to his left. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third-quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. Oh, nice move. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 104 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Mostert. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
From the 25 on second down, Lance eluding the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
The Niners on third down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This is 3rd and 4. They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
On first down, they go with Mostert again.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16.
The defensive coordinators love that. You got a cornerback willing to stick his nose in there, come up on run support, and stop that pop pass dead in its tracks.
And, partner, one good thing about trying to defend that play, you should see it coming the whole way. You see the receiver coming in motion in your direction. Nice job eluding the blocker, making the play behind the line of scrimmage, but an even better job studying the play before you have to try and defend it in a game.
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Now this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Second down, they'll go with Akers again.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Rams on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Huntley. Philip Dorsett hauls it in.
And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
And this is going to fall to the ground incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Play action. Huntley rolling to his right. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And the Niners will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead.
And the Rams got him. They bring him down. They get him that time thanks to the safety blitz as he sank for a loss of 4. After the sack on first and under pressure, they got him again.
Now after the sack, Lance and the Niners staring up here at a 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Lance. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Try the toss play to Love. And some room to work. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 47 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. They'll run again with Love on 1st down. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. So the victory here for San Francisco. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Niners, they move ever closer to the perfect regular season as they run things to 14-0. And they'll get another home date next week as the Saints will come to town. Meanwhile, for Los Angeles, they drop their 10th game now to fall to 4-10. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.